Good morning and welcome back to our garden. Today we're going to keep working on mulching with leaves over in that area near the raspberries. But first, let's feed the birds and the squirrels, compost the kitchen scraps, and collect the supplies. Come on and help me. Now we're going to work in this area. Any old plants, we're going to go ahead and pull them up and just leave them in place and put the cardboard over the top. Anything we want to save, like the lettuce, we need to be careful not to touch them right now because we're right at freezing. And if I bother these leaves, it's going to damage them. But they'll be fine. They can survive freezing temperatures. I just need to be careful. First, we need to remove all these things so we can lay down the cardboard and pull up these old plants. Now here's where all the lettuce is. I need to be careful not to touch that or the cabbage. I'm going to work around these things. So the cardboard's a weed barrier. That's the reason I just left the weeds underneath, because they'll break down into new rich soil. But try to overlap the cardboard. Any gaps, try to cover those up, because the weeds are going to poke through those. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Now those really tiny leaves are good for the small plants like that lettuce along the edge. So I'm going to scoot some of that around those in the front and try not to drown them. You know, you're going to find sticks in the bags of leaves. Other things too, like there's some old peppers in there. I'm just going to put them in the compost. They'll eventually break down. Now I'm going to add some hoops to protect these lettuces and cabbages from the really cold 21-degree weather that's coming. Now see the cabbage back there? I want to try to protect it, hoping it'll survive the winter, and then in the spring, it'll send up a flower head and develop some seeds. I really want to try saving my own cabbage seeds. So our little hoop tunnel might be a little crooked because I need to protect that cabbage, but then the lettuce is more closer to the edge. So it's probably not going to be a straight hoop tunnel. I need this dibber to help poke through the cardboard. Now we're going to add this netting to help hold the leaves in place and so they don't blow away. Normally I use the netting to protect it from squirrels digging, but all of these lettuces and cabbages are surrounded by hardware cloth wire, so they can't dig them up. So we're going to use the netting to keep the leaves in place. I'm not sure this one is long enough. Let's see. Let's go look for some more. Ooh, we can use that one. Let's pull that up. This net was to protect the squirrels from digging up the spring bulbs I planted back in October. But we can take up that netting and put some fall leaves on there, and hopefully the squirrels won't be digging in that soil. They're not after the bulbs. They're just after a place to bury their nuts. It's dirty, but it'll work. Has some holes, but I really don't need it to protect from any insects, just from the wind. Now we need to put the fleece behind it, and we're going to cover it to kind of fit it in place, and then we'll open it back up because tonight's above freezing. It's best to open up your fleece tunnels over your fall vegetables when your temperatures are above freezing. It cuts down on plant diseases. While I'm thinking about it, let's go open the green stalk. I forgot to open it yesterday. Tonight's going to be above freezing, so we're going to leave that open. Now remember yesterday we had that fleece with a big piece of black tape because last year it ripped, and we cut that piece off and made it shorter? This is that piece. It's a perfect fit. So we're going to open it, and then we need to put some weights on it. So let's go get some sandbags and put in some old bricks inside of them. Now the brick won't tear that netting or the fleece. I don't buy sand. I just use whatever I have around here. Let's make 8. So we need to go in way down the netting. And we need to put leaves on the bulbs before we forget, because the squirrels will dig in there. We need to clean up because it's almost time to cook lunch. Now tomorrow, we're going to mulch the last fourth of the garden. We've already laid down all the cardboard. We just need to add the leaves. Then there's a few more jobs, like we need to trim and tie up the blackberries and the raspberries. We see if there's any like runners at the bottom where I don't want them to be. Then behind the blackberries, we need to lay down cardboard, but we need to kind of put it up and block some of the fence so the leaves don't go blow into the neighbor's yard because it'll kill their grass. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We need to lay cardboard down and mulch back there. We still have 2 sunflowers we need to cut down. We have the grapevine we need to take care of. Now, last year during the summer, it was out of control, and I pruned it too much. So this year, it didn't fruit much. So I need to do some reading, figure out what do I need to do it this year. We don't eat the grapes, but the birds love them. We also need to clean up any garden decorations because the winter snow will ruin them. And the bird feeder needs to be fixed. The little socks on it have holes. So there's plenty to keep us busy in the fall and winter garden. Now, it was a good time to pull that up because those bricks were becoming frozen to the netting. So I'm happy we did that today. Come on, let's go get some leaves. Now, I don't think the squirrels are going to dig through that. Now remember, close the garage door because the skunk will sleep inside. Tomorrow we're going to work on this area, laying down our leaves. It's good to be almost finished. Let me know what's going on in your garden. Thank you for visiting our garden. See you later. Bye-bye.